I just had a great conversation with one of my students around that pivot point of when you're writing a lyric that is starting from your own personal frame of reference and your own personal experience, and then you expand it to the larger model of the situation. My student had a song where she was describing something about being kind of lost in thought and losing a sense of where she's at and just sort of focusing on the thoughts inside of her head. And I brought up, well, it sounds like dissociation. She agreed. She was like, yeah, you know what? That's exactly what this is about. And for her, just being able to call it that, she said that it pivoted her from, she was no longer writing a song about herself. She was writing a song about dissociation. And that is something that a lot of people can relate to. And so now the lyric is not limited to her own experience, and it's not even really about her, it's about the experience. And she is writing for the audience who also relate to that. This can be applied to not only something like that, but like just a relationship model itself, where you start with the sliver of what is true for your life, but then you can look at the model, which is bigger than you, and you can draw from all the facets of that model and what's been written about it, what videos there are about it. And it really does help round out a lyric. You can write from all the dimensions of it. Another example is somebody writing about, trying to leave an abusive relationship, and say the lyric is mainly staying in the vein of, I'm just trying to get out and I keep getting pulled back. Okay, well, great. But let's expand that. Let's talk about, the statistics of how many times a woman has to leave before she gets to be independent. How many times does she try to leave? Let's talk about how they say the most insulting thing you can say to somebody is, why do you stay? Well, it's because you're dismissing the fact that the person actually had a lot of really beautiful times with the abusive person. That they believe that that abusive person isn't really the abusive version of themselves. They believe that the good person, the good experiences, that's who they truly are. And they're staying just waiting for this person to become that good version of themselves again. And they don't realize that that's an act and they're being manipulated. But again, like knowing the model, knowing all the facets of the model, imagine being able to add those components into your lyric to really round out the meaning of your song. So now the song is no longer just about, I can't get away and I keep being pulled back, but it's about, well, okay, you've been gaslit, blaming yourself, all the beautiful experiences. Draw on models. They help.